Hyperfocus is the thing that creates all sensorimotor OCD. When we become completely fixated on something, we're trying to push it away, we're trying to not think about it, no matter if that's swallowing, the blinking, the breath, whatever it is. We're really trying to fight with it. But of course, what happens is that makes us much more aware of that thing. The very things that we try to do to try to feel better end up being the things that actually make it stick around. And this is where hyperfocus comes in. You're really trying to problem solve this issue of being aware of this thing that you no longer want to be aware of. Actually, you're being very conscientious. You're trying your best. You're working hard. To try to problem solve it. But actually, all we're really doing in that situation is we're giving more energy to it. And this is the thing with sensorimotor OCD. Really, what you've got to learn to do in order to overcome it in the long term is to stop feeding it. Every time that we think about it, that we try to disprove it or have certainty about it, really all we're actually doing is it's like we're kind of throwing logs onto the fire of the sensorimotor OCD. If we really want to learn how to properly overcome it in the long term, what we have to do is to kind of learn to stop building that fire, to stop giving energy to the sensations. And there's a big difference between actually being aware of something and having a kind of hyper-focus awareness of that thing. Actually, just being aware of sensations on their own isn't necessarily bad. It's a lot to do with the kind of story that we create about those sensations. If you're just aware of something, but you're not judging it, you're not constantly trying to fight with it, well, actually, you can allow it to be there and it doesn't bother you so much. The big problem comes when we become hyper-focused on it. When you learn that you can be aware of these sensations, that they can be in the background, that they can be there throughout your day, but actually you don't have to get rid of them, that you can focus on your goals, on your values, on activities that are meaningful to you. You can still go out and socialize. So often when I speak to people with sensorimotor OCD, unfortunately, they often stop doing things. Sometimes people stop going to work. Sometimes people get so frustrated they stop seeing their friends. Unfortunately, that's the kind of worst thing that you can do with sensorimotor OCD, because all you're really doing is you're kind of creating more time for yourself to sit there and be aware of the problem. It's really important that we try to, get back into our lives, to commit to our values again, to take action, because, when we kind of say, well, the awareness can be there in the background, but I've got more important things to focus my attention on, and I'm going to get out there and really do those things. Well, automatically you start to feel more confidence in yourself when you do that. You're kind of proving to yourself that you can take action despite that sensation being there. And now you're not giving so much energy to trying to get rid of it. Well, that actually reduces the hyperfocus. And like I say, you can be aware of it, but if you're not fighting and resisting that awareness as much, the actual awareness or the hyperfocus, it begins to come down, and you begin to realize, oh, hang on, I've had maybe 15, 20 minutes today where I've not even thought about it at all. For me, when I was really struggling, that seemed impossible because I was aware of these sensations, throughout the day, the whole day, and it kind of felt like I would never not be aware of it again. But fortunately in my situation, I was able to learn how to manage this, and it doesn't really bother me anymore. And a big part of that was learning that I could be aware of it, but I had to make sure that I wasn't ruminating on it or pushing it away in one form or another. So I really hope that you enjoyed that. Remember, I do have a 12-week program to help you to overcome sensorimotor OCD. Lots of people are making huge progress on this program. You can check out my reviews on Google. It includes weekly coaching sessions, there's videos, there's worksheets, there's an optional group session. If you're interested in signing up for that or just finding out more, you can get a free discovery call with me by heading over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com. There's a link in the show notes. Many thanks, and I will see you next time. This video is for education only. It's not therapy or medical advice. If you're struggling, please speak with a licensed mental health professional.